Good morning, boys and girls. Our vocabulary word today is village. 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 A village is a small town or community, often in the country. So Brigham City is kind of a small town. It could be considered a village, but it's not out in the country. And so that would make it more of a town than a village. So a village is usually out in the country. There's not very many houses. There's lots of farms. Not very many people live there. Okay? So my question for you today, when you have a paper and pencil ready, you can write the word village. My question is, would you like to live in a village? And you need to answer yes or no. And then if you say yes, you would like to live in a village, I would like you to tell me why. And if you say no, you would not like to live in a village, I want you to tell me why. Okay, so villages can be nice because they're small, you know everybody, everyone is your neighbor, you watch out for each other, you help each other. But in a village, there wouldn't be any stores or movie theaters or places to go and visit. So it could be fun, and then maybe there's some things that would not be so fun. So go ahead and pause the video and tell me yes or no and why. And when you come back, I will share my ideas with you. All right, are you back? Okay, so I wrote village, and I wrote two reasons. I wrote yes, because everyone knows and helps each other, but no, because there are not very many stores or places to go. So I think that there would be good things and not so good things about living in a village. What did you decide? All right, for our grammar lesson today, we are going to keep working on combining sentences. I can take two complete sentences and put them together. I can use a comma and conjunction to combine. And remember, this week we are only using two conjunctions. We are using and or but. Wangari lives in Kenya. Wangari goes to school. If I were to combine those two sentences, I would say Wangari lives in Kenya and she goes to school, because she does both of those things. It's talking about Wangari. All right, so we're going to do 3 more practice sentences. And if you will get a piece of paper and pencil ready, you do not have to write down the 2 sentences that are up here. I just want you to write down the correct way to fix them, okay? And you're going to have to decide whether you want to use and or but. So let's read the first one. Max likes grapes, period. Jen likes apples, period. Okay. So what would sound better? Max likes grapes and Jen likes apples. Or Max likes grapes, but Jen likes apples. What do you think would sound better? Max likes grapes. I'm going to change that period to a comma. Okay? Now, I chose to say, but Jen likes apples. And the reason I chose that, even though they both sound okay, is because even though they both like things, we're talking about 2 different people and 2 different fruits. And so I think it would sound better to say, Max likes grapes, but Jen likes apples. We're talking about 2 different people and two different fruits. So even though they both like something, the people and the fruits are different. Now I left the J in Jen uppercase because it's the name of someone, so it's a proper noun. Let's look at our next sentence. We can catch, we can throw. These two sentences are both talking about things that we can do. And so because they're both things that we can do, I think that we should join them with the conjunction and. What do you think? We can catch and we can throw. Do you think that sounds good? I do also. So I'm going to write that down. I hope you'll join me. We can catch and we can throw. Now remember that when you do the conjunction and, you do not have to use a comma. Even though they did in their sample sentence, you can put one in there, but you don't really need to unless you're listing at least 3 things. All right? I did use a lowercase w because we is not a proper noun. And so since it's not the beginning of a sentence anymore, I made it lowercase. Our last 2 sentences say, Gus runs fast. He cannot swim. All right, so we're talking about Gus in both sentences. But in the first sentence, we're talking about something he can do. He runs fast. And in the second sentence, we're talking about something he cannot do. He cannot swim. So those are 2 different things. And when we have 2 different things, we need to use the conjunction but. So let's do it. Gus runs fast. And when we use the conjunction but, we do use a comma. But he cannot swim. All right, so I changed my period to a comma. I also changed the uppercase H to a lowercase h because it is not a proper noun. If you need to pause this video at any time to catch up with your writing, you may go ahead and do that. And thanks for joining me for grammar today. See you soon.